Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy AKMans12 here, coming to you guys with an insane Call of Duty gameplay for you guys today. Today's gameplay is done by the one and only Doom Clues, a long-term friend of mine, one of the funniest people I've ever met on the planet, and honestly, one that has the greatest personality I could ever meet as a person. Once again, guys, if you guys enjoyed this gameplay, today's gameplay will be a double nuclear. And not only is it a double nuclear, we have a quad nuclear done by two people. One is Doom Omar and one is Doom Clues. Both are insane players, so give them some credit, guys. So be sure to leave a subscribe for Clues, who will be shown in this gameplay. Like I said, guys, an awesome person and an awesome gameplay in the background. So leave these two guys to subscribe. I've known Clues for such a long time, and he's been dropping insane gameplays. He literally woke up one day and told me, I'm going to wake up and get a double nuclear. And this was an hour before he told me he got this gameplay. So this was actually kind of hilarious that he was able to get this right when he told me that he was going to get it. But like I said, leave him a subscribe if you guys enjoyed today's gameplay. Now for today's commentary topic, I want to talk a little bit about the Black Ops 3 beta as a whole, things that should not make it into the final release. Now there are a ton of things that I could go on about, things that should not be in this game because of stuff that I've been killed by plenty of times, but for now we're going to be focusing mostly on the biggest and most game-breaking items that could be in the game that I feel that should not be in the game itself. Now the first thing on the list is the Black Hat kill streak. If you're not familiar with the Black Hat is a equipment in the game that allows you to hack enemy score streaks, and basically you can pretty much take control of an enemy UAV, a counter UAV, any kill streak that the enemy happens to have in their arsenal. You can take control of this in a matter of seconds, and harder kill streaks are a bit harder to hack, but what makes this so game breaking is that you can pretty much be going 10 and 30 an entire game, and this happened to me. You can be going pretty much quadra negative, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and still manage to hack the enemy score streaks. This honestly should not make it into the final release, and if it does make it into the final release, it should not be in the game, or at least be heavily nerfed to the point where it's just an almost useless object. Hacking enemy score streaks is pretty cool at first, but once you have it done to you, it's really bad. Just the fact that someone can go negative and still hack your score streak that you've earned an entire game. I had a situation where I was dropping like 80 kills or so, managed to get a nice little helicopter to get myself the 100 bomb, and in a matter of seconds, a guy who was going 10 and 50 hacked my helicopter and instantly got 10 kills from it once it was hacked, killed me off my streak, and ruined my 100 plus. That is just a pure example of how bad that thing is, and I feel that it should either be taken out of the game or nerfed so that you can't use it as frequently as you're able to. Some other things that I feel should not make it into the final release or need to be fixed are the matchmaking issues. Now there are multiple matchmaking issues that I'll get into in this video, but for now we're just going to be focusing on the biggest ones. As he picks up the nuclear, first nuclear right here, and he's on his second streak, going to get started right there. But the matchmaking issues, first things first, there is a miscount with the matchmaking. Now let's say you're playing a 12v12 game mode. We don't exactly know what ground war is, so I'm going to stick with 6v6 for now. And basically the error with 6v6 is that, let's say there is a 5-man party in the game, a 5-man party in the game, and a 2-man party in the game. Mathematically speaking, or matchmaking speaking, the game cannot start the match because of the fact that there are two 5-man parties, and the only way to start the game is if it splits up the 2-man party on two separate teams, and logically the game is not going to do that because it knows that they're in a party and they're simply not going to split them up, and this leaves the game stuck in an infinite loop where it's not going to start the match. And I feel that this is probably a matchmaking error that they did not realize, but it should be something that is fixed immediately, because this happened to me quite frequently where there's two 5-man parties and then it's just me and my friend and they can't start the game because of the miscount in players. Another thing involving matchmaking category with Black Ops 3 that needs to be tuned severely are the invite your friends and also the partying system inside of Black Ops 3. Basically the problem with it, and I'm sure majority of you have ran into this game, is that if you are playing with friends or any type of party or anything, there is a high frequency error, or not a high frequency, a high frequent error that will occur where you and your friend will get kicked out of the game just randomly, especially if you start the match. Like if I launch a game with a 5-man party, there's a chance that like 2 of them might get kicked randomly and get thrown into another match, and it's literally just completely random. There's no specific error that pops up, it just happens randomly. And there's also occasional errors where after a game you tend to get kicked out after the game has ended and you have to regroup your entire party all over again. Like I said, I think these are just beta issues, but if it's in the final release of the game, there's a high chance that sales will go down with this game because of simple errors that Call of Duty has. People will just not tolerate it. Me, myself, will not tolerate it. Now moving on to game types and other types of game modes within the game, I feel that this one specifically either needs to be taken out of the game or just completely re-looked at and not released into the final version of the game. It needs to be reworked a little bit. They really need to sit down and think about this game mode a little more before they even consider releasing this to the final release. And the problem with this is the safeguard game mode. Basically, the safeguard game mode, the spawns have no logic whatsoever. Well, it does have a logic, but it has a broken logic. The problem with the logic is that the enemies will spawn right in front of you. You could turn the corner for a quick second and they will spawn right behind you if you are in the enemy spawn. And the problem with this creates for some evil and filthy spawn trapping setups for full parties. I'm gonna be honest, I did have a lot of fun playing this game mode, but I'm gonna be honest, it is a completely broken game mode and needs to be fixed ASAP. Otherwise, that will just become a spawn trapping fest. People will be dropping 200 pluses with ease in that game mode, and I actually got close to a 200 plus, but I don't consider it a gameplay just because of how easy it is in that game mode and the fact I was in a full party. But regardless, these are just some issues that I feel that need to be either taken out of the game or re-looked at. Some of these you guys may have heard before, and I'm sure majority of you have experienced these errors. But regardless, I hope you guys do enjoy the gameplay. Like I said, be sure to leave a subscribe for Doom Clues. He is an absolutely monster of a player, constantly pulling these insane score lines and just a consistent player overall. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. It is your boy AK, signing out. Peace.